dismissed by DA, whatever. So if I ever had gone to court for any of these charges, then it would say dismissed by DA, or it would say,
So I'm looking for, where does it say that she's on probation?
they're all assuming I'm on probation for kidnapping children.
So wait, people are saying, oh, look, Sammy's in the big box. Yes, I can put myself in a big box. I can't put anybody else in a big box. Did we not cover that? Jesus, some of you people, I'll tell you.
Yeah, call my probation
Hey, yes.
officer.
So that's actually why I came up here really quick. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I'm on my main account right now, and I'm in here on my mod account. So just to get everyone to be quiet, I will show you. Look, I cannot. It says gift, microphone, camera. We cannot blow anybody up. We cannot shrink them. Nothing. Right here, moderator settings, multi-guest settings. We can change the grid.
That's it.
We cannot change individual boxes.
So,
And that's all I came up here to say.
thank you. So yeah, get over yourselves, folks. Why would I lie about something like that? Stupid. Okay, so again, no probation, no probation. So what else? So again, this was done in 2022.
Those charges came in 2019, I believe.
Right.
I was arrested.
So tell me why and where she's on probation again, and the fact that she's in California, and the fact that she is allowed by the state to adopt a child if she was found guilty and she's on probation for trafficking and all that. Can somebody please explain that?
Yeah, not for trafficking. They said I was trafficking my child, is what he
Yeah.
said. I was charged by the
Kidnapping. I'm
police.
sorry, kidnapping. That's what.
I was charged by the police in North Carolina while I was living in South Carolina. I was arrested by South Carolina law enforcement at my home. I had to go to the Beaufort County magistrate because they had to hold me or charge me with a fugitive of justice, quote, charge, warrant, or whatever, considering there was another state that had the charges, right?
So they had to hold you for something.
Yeah, so I waived my
they were
extradition.
able to-
I got out within 2 hours. My husband paid the $50,000 bond, whatever. My attorney had already worked with the magistrate in North Carolina to allow me to turn myself in on Mother's Day. That I think I got out Thursday. Turn myself on Mother's Day on Sunday night by 11 o'clock. I met my attorney in the parking lot. We went to the magistrate. That's why there's another mugshot where you see me in regular clothes, and I'm not upset because clearly I know what's going on now. The other one in orange, I didn't even know what the hell was going on because I hadn't been in North Carolina and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And after that, those charges were never ever taken by the DA because they were not, they were done out of retaliation because of things that I was exposing in our local community about trafficking and how attorneys and different law enforcement officers were involved in it because my daughter had been a victim of trafficking. Okay, so I didn't go to court. I didn't have an arraignment. I didn't see a judge. None of the things. And if I did, you would see it on that record that says dismissed.
And again, Pastor Petty has all this information because she sent it to him in April. I have an email that she sent to him that's dated and it's sent to Pastor Petty. He had all this information that shows no probation, all of that stuff. So, you know, to me, again, it's him putting up information. He knows that it's not accurate, and he had the information to prove that it was inaccurate, but he chose not to go with that.
Correct. So a police department can charge people. I mean, anybody can take a warrant out on somebody. I can go in North Carolina, I can go to the magistrate's office and swear and take a warrant out on people. That doesn't mean that I did it, right? So because there's a Google article that says I was arrested and charged, right, with this ridiculous story, I don't even know what kid they're talking about, doesn't mean that I have charges, and it doesn't mean that I'm guilty. If that is what we are going to base people's guilt on, then again, like I said, please contact the North Carolina governor, senator, whatever, and please tell them that the system is fucking wrong and they have a predator out on the streets, because there's an article that says that she was arrested. Now, I got emergency custody in South Carolina. I flew there from my home, from here in California to South Carolina in July of 2022. And I got emergency custody of my grandbaby in 24 hours between a judge and my attorney submitting paperwork and a judge granting it. I got that, came back to California. We finally finalized the custody litigation or whatever in 2023. So if I had any of these things, if I was on probation, parole, any of the things, A, I probably wouldn't be able to come to California. B, I wouldn't have gotten custody of my grandbaby. I did not adopt her. I got custody. Okay, full custody. I also have another person living in my home that I have guardianship of. Our county social workers or whatever Department of Social Services has come and given that to me. I am not a predator. I have one conviction in 2004 for keying somebody's car for less than $200 in Wayne County, North Carolina. Okay?
So again, if you're interested in looking up her
It's free.
her criminal court records, you can go to North Carolina prison slash offender whatever. I'm sure you can find it.
Call the clerk of court. Call them in Onslow County, which is where those charges are written. Please call them. Ask them about them.
So yeah, so that's my suggestion to you. Go to the North Carolina site, the South Carolina site, look up her information. You'll find everything there. The information that Petty had was not from any police site. It was from one of those sites where you can pay money and they do a quote unquote background check on you, which is usually a good place to start. But from the information you get on those, you need to do your own information in the individual counties where there are charges made. So that's what
all of those charges were all part of the same thing. There were, I think, 4 total.
Yeah, the impersonating.
They were all the same thing. All of them, every single one of them. So again, I mean, and I will say I didn't go through people are in the comments saying, oh, well, see, why would CPS do a background check when they allow kids to be, abused? Listen, I did a private request to get custody. This was like what they call private. Okay, it wasn't through CPS, none of those things to get my grandbaby. So I had an attorney. There's a guardian ad litem that was appointed by the judge because in South Carolina, they require one. And he did a background check of everybody over the age of 18 years and older. He had to send legit, just like we're telling you, requests to each county that I had lived in for the last several years, along with my husband and others. And she just showed you those documents.
And let me clarify this. Railroad Queen, who has 0 following and 0 whatever. Well, when they did the report, the charges were pending. Not true. This report was done in 2022. You want me to show you the date again so we can clear this up? Because I want to make sure that
I have lived in California since April 4th of 2021.
So let me show you this seriously so we can get that, okay? Look at that. Date of check, August 23rd, 2022. Okay, so according to what Petty says, she was on probation at this time because she still is now. So tell me how it's possible that they wouldn't find that she's on probation if they ran this check in 2022. Does that make sense? Does that clear that up?
And people are saying, well, where's the report saying the charges were dismissed? I was never charged formally at all. That's what I'm saying. Never. Once I was at the magistrate's office and you see me in that little pink hoodie or whatever, and I got out, my attorney went over and spoke to Jacksonville Police Department.
This is Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Correct. And immediately the charges were done. Like the cops put warrants in, but the DA never even got the charges to formally charge me. And in North Carolina with felonies, you have to be formally charged.
Right. And if it's not, if charges are not brought upon as by a district attorney, there are no charges. I think people need to be aware of that.
Right. I mean, you hear cops that arrest people all the time, but it doesn't mean that those people are charged with that in a court of law. I was not. I didn't even go in front of a judge. I didn't even see the DA. None of those things. None of those things. If they were dismissed, just like my other ones that you just saw there that say dismissed by DA, it would say that dismissed.
So that is what
all of this is a fucking deflection because I played a fucking recording from the clerk of court.
Right.
And on that, I didn't give a false name. I didn't misrepresent myself. The reason why we through that the other day when it was being played, and it wasn't being played by me, it was being played by my friend, because I don't have two devices. We did that so that my name wasn't out there, but it's out there. So I don't care if it's fucking played at this point. I mean, you can, if we are going to really live this life in this world where we're going to assume people's guilt at the time that they are arrested, then we really need to reevaluate ourselves, because that is the reason why our judicial system is set up the way that it is, right?
Innocent until proven guilty.
And for all of those that have ever been arrested and sat in jail for weeks and weeks, I mean, my example would be the YSL trial, right? So they've been in jail for like 2 fucking years. And they went through the whole court system, right? They were formally charged, they were indicted, and then they were acquitted, meaning that they're not guilty, right? So I didn't even go through any of that. I didn't have to. I didn't have to assume and try to find anything. The thing is that this all started because Pastor Petty started this shit months ago on me. I had not gone live. I was not live doing anything about Pastor Petty at that time. Nothing. But he brought up all these false allegations, not just about this, but about my husband, about me hacking into military emails, about me not being really married, my fake children, all the things.
And again, guys, this is
my $80,000 worth of work done on my face. You guys talk about that, but you guys all sit there and make fun of me literally for hours and make accounts with animals' vaginas and call accounts bougies, labia extenders, and bougies, all the things. It's fucking weird. I've not done any of that.
And this is the thing.